My mic was muted. Hello. How's it going, everyone? And welcome to the stream.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there we go. We're starting off good. We're starting
yeah.
off good.
My
Um,
light fell. My light actually fell.
it's yeah. I mean,
Okay.
production
Okay, we're
errors
good.
abound. This is par for the course when you try like anything, like you know.
We are professionals, everyone.
Yes. Um, how's it going, everyone in the chat? Ooh, we got some people I recognize. Pinakis, artist in the chat. How's it going, my dude?
Yo, I love when Panakis is here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we have Cameron. How is it going, everyone? We're going to be playing some Overpower CCG this evening. This is a game from the 90s. Actually, a game that a good buddy of mine first kind of like turned me on to. He was like, yo, they're rebooting this game. I played it as a kid, and I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. And then the folks at Overpower actually reached out to me, and they were like, hey, we would, like you to do a stream. So this is a sponsored stream, full disclosure. And I was more than happy to check it out because, like I said, game from the 90s, good friend of mine said he played as a kid. And, my good buddy Dan here, Dan from Main Deck, he also is into card games, also from the 90s. Probably one of the few people that I know who's played as much as I have. And that's saying a lot because
Yeah.
I've played a lot. I've played a lot of games.
Yeah, Kel, the interesting thing too is that both of us have played a ton of games going all the way back to the 90s, but neither of us had actually played Overpower,
True.
right?
Yeah, that is
So
true.
it was like the one that we both missed it. And from my experience, I had worked with Richie Williams, who's the designer of the Panini Dragon Ball Z TCG and
Oh,
then the Metacross TCG. And when he designed Metacross, he was a huge Overpower fan. So he paid homage, I guess I should say, to a lot of the mechanics in that game when he kind of implemented his own system for that game. So I went into this thinking, well, okay, I know that Richie loved this game, so I know there's got to be some cool stuff in here.
yeah.
And yeah, I was just for full disclosure, I was also reached out to, and I'll have a video going up on my channel tomorrow with some gameplay that I did with Main Deck Taylor. So there's just it's a big Overpower week for both of us. We're
Right,
putting out
yeah.
this content.
Yeah. I think it's actually really cool when games like Overpower kind of are having like this resurgence back from the 90s. I think it really speaks to the era we are in currently in TCGs. And so currently Overpower is on Kickstarter. I do believe they have about 13 days left at the time of this recording. I'll have to go double check back, but it's around like 10 to
Yeah,
13
that sounds right.
10 to 13 days left. It's already successful. But if you like what you see, definitely go check it out. I already have links in the description. The game essentially, the way it plays is it's a very like, I would describe it as a very like crunchy 90s style game in that if you're a card player and you love all the intricate mechanics that come with that, then I think you'll very much enjoy this kind of thing. And it's a game where you pit heroes and legends against each other. Now, previous versions of Overpower have had like superheroes, Marvel, DC, that kind of stuff. And for this release, it's the Edgar Rice Burroughs and the World of Legends. So we have stuff like Tarzan, we have Cthulhu here, we have Zeus. I'm not sure who this character is. Deja Thoris?
Deja Thoris she's from I believe she's from the kind of like the Conan the Barbarian, Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff. Like it's that era of things. I think that's where Edgar Rice Burroughs comes in.
That would be my guess. But there's no.
I know it like.
Oh yeah.
When I worked in the comic shop, I know that we sold Deja Thoris comics right next to the Conan ones, so I'm pretty sure it's all linked together.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is the lady right here. Very, very like 90s comic book style art, and so yeah, that's basically the conceit of the game. You have a team of I think typically 4 characters. They're not necessarily heroes, they could be villains too. You have 4 characters and they like battle against each other. This other deck is like Cthulhu, the Headless Horseman, the Mummy, and Mina Harker from Dracula.
Yeah, which I love. I'm a huge Dracula fan, so yeah. I was like stoked about her.
Me too. This deck in particular, I think I kind of dig, but I'm not sure yet. And so this video, or this stream, is Dan and I were just going to hang out, and we're going to play a couple of games of Overpower. And I've not played yet, so it's going to be kind of a learning experience for me. We have Abysmal says she's from Warlord of Mars. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Warlord of Mars, is that like the John Carter series, like John Carter of Mars? Yeah. That is my question to chat. Is Warlord of Mars for like John Carter of Mars? I'm familiar with John Carter of Mars. That does make sense actually, because I think the same author, I think Edgar Rice Burroughs, did both that and Tarzan is also in this.
Yeah, okay, that's right. I think I was mixing up Conan and Tarzan, actually. Those two I might have mixed up. Thinking about it.
Yep, John Carter. Okay, cool. Excellent. Well,
yeah, okay.
A little bit more context.
This is not my area of expertise, any of that, like the adventure comic era of stuff and like everything. I don't know what's going on.
Pulp, like that kind of like pulp era, the sci-fi.
No clue.
Sword and sorcery pulp era. I really like Conan. Like, I'm a big Conan the Barbarian fan.
Oh, okay.
I'll be completely honest. I love Conan. If they ever do a Conan set, yo, call me up again. Like
Conan the detective.
Yeah. Oh, actually, so you say that, but
no, I know about this too.
But my partner Robin actually really loves Detective Conan.
So there's a new TCG that came out or something, I think in Japan. Like they did one before years ago, but there's a newer one, right?
Yeah. There's one in Japan. It was there. It was there in Tokyo when I was here earlier this year, and I actually bought some Detective Conan cards for Robin from the TCG vending machines, which are. If you go to certain places in Akihabara, there's TCG vending machines, and you can be like, "That's so sick. Yes, I want this game. Here's 900 yen or whatever." All right. So, without further ado, Mr. Dan, which deck would you like to play with? And I will play against the other. We both have these two decks, right? And I would say these decks. What do they call these? They're like they're called an abridged starter. On their Kickstarter, there are more decks available and more characters, so it's not just this. They have a lot more available. These are just kind of like the initial like demo deck, test starter deck kind of things. It even says on the back here that these are not indicative of the final product. It's stuff like artist names and card numbers and all that kind of stuff will be added a little bit later. This is just so they can get the cards out, so they can get people to play. So we have two decks.
I played the Headless Horseman Cthulhu Mummy Mina Harker, the what's that one called? Menagerie, Undead Menagerie, I think, or something. I played that
Horror Menagerie.
Horror Menagerie, that's right. I played that 4 times yesterday.
Okay, I'll play that one this day. I'll play that one today then.
And plus I think you want to play the cool spooky guys, and I'll play the eclectic mix of Zeus, Deja Thoris, Wicked Witch of the West, and my favorite Angry Mob,
yes,
specifically Middle Ages, which I think is supposed to mean they're from like the time of the Knights, but I'm going to take that to mean they're all in their mid 40s, 50s. It's like slightly older than us mob. Yeah. They've gotten slightly angrier than us too, and so they're gonna take it out on Cthulhu, right. I guess.
Yeah, they're just gonna go beat on an elder god or whatever. We have Right Time Gaming in chat. That's my buddy Ian, actually, who I mentioned earlier, who played Overpower, as a kid, which is
I bet he's pumped.
Which is pretty cool to see. All right, so yeah, we're not going to go over all of like the mechanics and stuff yet. We'll go over them kind of as we play, I think. But the rough way it works is you essentially will have what I'm just going to call like 3 piles. You have your deck where everything is shuffled into except for your 4 characters, and then you also have your I'm just gonna call them missions, like they're mission objectives, and the mission objectives are one of the ways you can win. All of my mission objectives are from the Call of Cthulhu, and I believe all of Dan's are the Tarzan one.
Yep.
And this is one of the ways you win. There's multiple ways to win in this game, but it usually boils down to either completing all your missions, failing to complete all your missions, like losing them, and that instead of winning you just lose, or killing all of your opponent's dudes. So that's kind of how it's gonna work. for the dudes, I'm pretty sure it's going to be something similar to this. You have your 3 main active dudes, and then you have like 1 in reserve. I'm not sure the optimal strategy for this. Dan, what did you find to be the optimal strategy for this deck? I feel like Mina is reserve, but
do not put Cthulhu in reserve. That is a bad play. I did that one game and never again.
Okay.
I would, but the latter games I was putting Mina in reserve.
Okay.
I felt like that made the most sense as far as some of the like powerful cards that you want to see, that you want to be, because the character in reserve won't be able to immediately use any of their specials.
Yeah.
So really it's kind of about, number one, making sure your specials the good specials are active. So like Headless Horseman, you want to get using his right away. Cthulhu for sure. And Mummy's got some pretty nice, tricky ones too. And then the other thing you're looking at is like your stats. You want to make sure you can play all of the cards in your deck. So the reason you don't put Cthulhu in reserve is he's got the only 8 brute force, which means that card is going to be dead if you draw it, unless Cthulhu's out there. I mean, you can stock it on him, I guess, but I felt like it was better to have him out there.
Yeah, the way I was looking at it, just kind of, like I said, I haven't played yet, but the way that I was kind of seeing it was that there are some special cards. So there's basically, I'm going to boil it down to like 3 different types of cards in your main deck. There's technically like 8 or something. There's a lot. But there's like these main cards that just look like playing cards. They look pretty nice. They have like just a number on the top and the bottom, and they just have a number. These are kind of like your attacks and like the strength of the attacks. And the other big cards are your special cards, like this one that says Headless Horseman on it. And I found that some of these say you can play them from reserve, and I assume that means you can play them while they're on your reserve character. Which tells me, hey, that character probably wants to be in reserve, so you can still make use of that. And Mina Harker's half of her abilities, as in one of the 2, says play from reserve. So I was like, okay, that makes sense to me why I'd probably want to put her in reserve.
That was what tricked me, though, because Cthulhu has 1 as well. So one game I put him in reserve, and then I like lost because of that also.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be careful. Okay, I was just getting my power cards ready out here so that I can attach mine on. So the tricky thing about webcam play for Overpower is that this is a game where your cards attach to your opponent's things. So we actually both have copies of these decks out, and when it comes to that, we'll be able to actually pull out our own copies of the cards to attach them so that the board state is maintained properly in our play. Yeah,
and it's also, I found, like, that's basically how you track damage, right? Like with the number of cards underneath them. You don't have to have like a dice or anything, which I think is actually kind of a neat little thing.
Yep. It's a novel way of doing it.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, this game is largely unchanged for the most part from the 90s, comparing the old rules and the new rules. Like I said, I haven't played yet, but I have done a little bit of research looking into what it was, and then kind of like the new rules. And so they do have a new rule book. I think you can actually view the rule book on their website right now if you want to go check it out. Like, once again, links in the description. But yeah, it's largely unchanged from the 90s. And for folks who are like me, who have played a lot of the games from the 90s, well, I think you're gonna get a kick out of it. This game, I can confidently say, does not play like anything that I've currently ever covered on Red Zone Rogue. Like, it's wholly different than anything I've ever covered on the channel. So
easily
the closest thing, maybe, I don't know, there's not really much. Maybe Universes is like the closest thing, and it's not even that close, but it does have similar-ish kind of stuff with the attacking and the blocking and drawing up a big hand kind of deal.
I mean, that's a stretch, but I mean, sure, I see where you're going with that.
It's definitely not like Shadowverse or like Grand Archive or like
I played Metacross, so I can actually say, well, there are some actually similar systems, like the way that characters get knocked out, having a bunch of cards that have numbers on them. There's more with effects in Metacross. Is one of the big differences. You would play those as your attacks, and the opponent didn't have they did have a block system as well. So that has a lot more similarities, but still, this is like, it's really just in that system of stats and ability cards as attacks and stuff. Everything else about this game, just wildly different than anything I'm used to.
Yeah, I was trying to pull like the closest thing, and I think
no, and it's tough.
I think it's the closest thing because it's just it's more like you have your characters, so you have your characters, and you don't really summon more characters. It's a game where like you fight as these characters. There are some like little allies here and there, but they're not like a main focus, and they don't stick around. They're just kind of like ways.
They're attack buffs. Yeah,
they're ways to like pump up your stuff. And so like this is a game where you're playing as the heroes. Yeah. Hello everyone in chat. Hello. Welcome.
Welcome everyone.
Are you all having a good Halloween? I
cannot see chat, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. This is not that different from what I normally do on Halloween, and what we typically do is we just kind of like block off. We put like this little chair in front of our front door, and then we put like a big cauldron of candy, and we have a sign on it that just says, "Take some candy." We're like one of those houses. We're like, you know what? Mm-hmm. If the kids are feeling a little spicy, they want to take like 2 or 3 pieces, go for it.
I did that the first year we bought our house. We did that, and within about 30 minutes, the entire bucket just got taken.
The entire bucket.
Literally though, the whole thing was empty. And it was not a large amount of kids. So one kid was feeling very spicy.
All right. Yeah. That's one way to put it.
We had to start handing them out after that. We couldn't trust our neighborhood children.
One year, all of our stuff was gone pretty quickly. And then every subsequent year, which has been several years, we've had leftovers. I think people, at least in my neighborhood, have shown restraint, or maybe their parents have been a little bit more only take one or whatever, which is, I kind of want them to take it all though, because I kind of don't want to have chocolate to eat myself, because I will eat it and it will be a problem.
Yeah, I know. We had candy out at the card shop today where I work, and that was a problem for me. I kept walking by. I was really busy trying to ship stuff today, and I would walk by like, I need a little snack.
Yep.
Kept grabbing them.
I go for the Reese's every time I like walk past it. I'm like, I'm gonna dig through, grab the Reese's or something. All right, so we have set up. We have our 3 characters, and then we have our reserve. The mission pile, I guess, is just kind of put off to the side.
Yep.
And so Dan is going to walk me through a lot of this because, like I said, sure. I've not played it yet. And just reading it and kind of going over that way, I think it's better to play it. The way I'm going to put it, I think it's better to play it. I think you'll get a better understanding of how it goes.
Agreed.
But I do know that we have our missions, and basically you wager your missions. It has a lot of really interesting mechanics that you don't see in a lot of trading card games. So after you draw your hands and deal with all this interesting duplicate shenanigans, we end up wagering missions, and one of the goals of combat, other than killing your opponent, is to succeed in combat and complete your missions. And if you complete all of your missions, there's 7 of them, then you win. However, if you fail all of your missions, then you lose. And you can wager more than 1 mission. And I think it's, if you wager more than 2, your opponent gets to draw an extra card for every one that you wager after the second one. And so you could technically wager a bunch if you want, but then if you lose, then you just lose the game, right? These all lose, and your opponent drew a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of like this give and take. There's a catch-up mechanic where you can wager missions that you've already won, and if you win on those, then you can take missions that you failed on and then move them into your normal pile. So it's kind of a way to get them back. And I do believe if you do double, like if you double wager 2 that you've already won and you succeed on both of those, then you can take 1 from your discard pile and go all the way up to succeed. It's kind of a interesting give and take. I don't know if you'll see very high level plays from me today, but
You're
you know,
not going to see high level play from me either. Like, in fact, I'm quite certain that in the video I'm going to post, I played rules wrong still. So I'm going to be relying on your chat here to
yes.
Ian and whoever else we got there. Let us know what we're doing wrong if we do it wrong. As Kel said, it's a crunchy 90s TCG and it's full of all these little wrinkles, and
Yeah.
you gotta learn them a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those games where when you kind of look at the cards and look at the mechanics, you're like, oh, that looks simple, and then you get into it, you're like, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. So yeah, we'll do that. All right, Dan. Now I'm ready. I've said what I'm comfortable. I know that we draw 8 cards, and then I know that we do like a discard thing. But since you've played a lot more than me, let's walk through it together.
Yeah. Well, the first thing we're gonna do is see who has initiative.
Okay.
So we need to roll something.
I have some dice I have some dice we can roll.
All right, roll. You roll for me also then.
Yep, I'll
because my dice are over there, and that's a little too far for me.
Okay, I have 2 different color dice, so I will be the red one as the namesake of the channel, and you can be the blue one.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
All right. I got a 3 and you got a 1, so technically I think I have the initiative.
Okay, great. So we're gonna start by drawing an 8-card hand.
All right. 4 and 4. For people who like games where you draw like more than 1 card a turn, I think this is something that you might be interested in as well. This is not This is not a 1 card per turn kind of game.
So now what you want to do, Kel, is take a look at your hand, and the first thing you do is see if you have any event cards, which are the big spicy looking cards.
Yes, I do remember. I do have an event card. Let me see what it does.
Okay. So you're going to place your event card face down. I don't believe you have a choice in this. You're going to place your event card face down in front of your characters, and then draw a new card to replace it.
Okay. Yep, we'll do that. And you can only do 1, right? If I remember right, you can only do 1 event card. The
Correct.
other ones just are unusable, basically.
It will be gone shortly if you have a second one.
Yeah. Okay.
In one of the most brutal 90s CCG phases of this card game that I'm excited to talk about.
Yeah. Oh man, I can just imagine drawing. So there's only like 4, I think, in these decks. I think each deck only has 4 event cards or something similar to that. Yeah. I can just imagine drawing all of them in your hand.
In fact, they told me in this, the one I'm playing, we had to pull a couple out because they were just kind of placeholder ones from the Tarzan deck that don't actually do anything at all for you here. So they just said, just take them out when you play.
Okay.
So I only have 1 event in my deck. It's unlikely to come up anytime soon.
That's good to know. Okay, cool. All right. So I played my event face down.
Okay. So go ahead and you're going to flip your event now.
Okay. So
if I had an event, I would flip it here also, and we would get both of these effects starting with the initiative player. So what's yours?
All right, so this is Desperate Gamble from the Call of Cthulhu. It says each player may choose one of their frontline characters to gain +2 to all actions this battle. If chosen, that character is -4 to their cumulative KO this battle.
So cumulative KO is the amount of stats that if they're attached to your character as damage or as part of their permanent record is what they call it in here. Mm-hmm. If the sum of the numbers on the damage cards basically attached to your character sum to 20, that character is cumulative KO'd.
Okay.
So we're going to basically +2 one of our characters, but then that character is also, sorry, was it -2 or -4? I'm mixing up cards.
So it's +2 to the actions, -4 to cumulative. So basically basically makes your health like what, virtual 16 for the turn, something like that.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Cool. So which character would you like to buff up for the turn?
Okay, looking at my hand, I probably want one that I can actually do some stuff with. So let me kind of think.
Usually a good call.
I think we're gonna pick the big bad boy himself, Cthulhu here.
Okay, and let's see, it's kind of a more or less a wash for me either way. I'll pick Zeus though. I mean, Zeus is, same thing. I'm gonna pick my big god to fight your elder god.
Yeah, Zeus versus Cthulhu. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, that happens, and then where does this go now? Does it just kind of sit floating around here? Does it just?
It's gonna vibe out there for the turn.
Cool. We'll just kind of set it to the side here.
All right. Now we're going to move to this is the phase that when I read this, I was like, I can't believe this is a thing, but it makes a little more sense for the game. The game has some interesting mechanics built kind of around this idea, but this is called the discard phase.
Yes.
You're going to look at your hand and find anything that you have a duplicate of in your hand, or that's duplicated with something you might have in play right now, which obviously we don't yet, but later on that might happen. And anything you have a duplicate of, you have to discard.
Okay, so my hand is probably not a good first hand to have for this game. I don't have any duplicates, and you'll see why, because there are cards that I cannot have duplicates of in these particular decks.
Oh, wow. Did you shuffle your deck?
I did shuffle the deck quite a bit, and, well...
I mean, that is a valid permutation, I guess, to get that of a randomized deck, so... okay, I also want to clarify, too, there's an interesting thing about the duplicates. So, like, some things you could have duplicates of. I'll just pull up your deck here, Cal, but, like, you know, if I had 2 of this little 2 combat with this pirate on it, if I had 2 of that, that would be a duplicate, right?
Yep.
But additionally... if I had, I thought even intelligence one, I think here. Yeah. So if I had a 2 combat and a 2 intelligence, that's considered a duplicate as well. You can't even have the same number, even if they're different stats. I'd have to choose one of these to discard.
Yep.
And likewise, you'll have some universe cards that if they have the same type and the same requirements numerically, they're considered duplicates as well. So it's pretty like in depth as far as what's considered a duplicate in your hand, and you have to pay close attention sometimes.
Yep.
You also have to discard any cards that are unusable. So for example, when we get later in the game, some of these like spicy special cards that are like only usable by Zeus, for example, if Zeus has been defeated, KO'd, then I have to discard all of those too. And if I don't have a character with the stat requirement to play one of these cards, I have to discard those too.
Okay. Yep.
Unless the rule says, unless there's a possibility of you being able to use that card later in the turn.
Okay. Okay.
Then you don't have to discard it.
Okay. All right.
That all makes sense? We good?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can use these cards. What? Okay. Corner case. What if I don't have any attacks, but I have attack buffers? Does that count as not being able to use?
Yes. You can place those attack buffers as long as you have characters who meet the requirements to play those, but make sure you don't have duplicates of those, as in again, like if they have the same stat requirements and buffs, then those are duplicates also. Okay. But yeah, you can put those down. If maybe you just can't use them this turn, your mummy can pull out the trebuchet, but if he's got no way to launch anything, that's fine. He can still have a trebuchet.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, cool. My cards are all good. I do not have to discard anything. We got a hand.
Okay, great. I was just checking one thing here. So, well, with that already, then we're going to move to the placement phase. And in the placement phase, we're going to start with you. You have initiative. You are able to take cards from your hand and place them on your characters to be prepared to use them. And we had a lot of discussion about this, myself and Taylor, when we were playing yesterday. So again, people in chat who are more experienced with Overpower might be able to provide more insight on this, but we were trying to break it down as card game players, like when do you place these versus just not, because holding them in your hand, you can still play them during combat as potentially like a surprise or something. Yeah. So as card game players, like we talk about the game's instant speed things. It's always like, yeah, use that at the last possible moment. Don't let your opponent know what you're doing. But we did find that there are cases where like you want to, especially like your reserve characters, if you can't play the card this turn because they're not in play yet, you might be able to set a card on them so they're kind of prepared to use it in the future. And we also found some tricky ways to like place things and then choose to concede a battle so that the next turn you kind of go in with more cards than your opponent.
That's what I read.
I think the big strategy.
Yeah, that's what I read online. So I like I said, I did a little bit of research going into this, and I did read that one of the strategies is to kind of like suit up your dudes and then concede. Your opponent will get their victory. They won't be able to beat on you. They will win their missions, but then you can come into the next battle like really, raring to go. And that way you can maybe wager more so you can, win more if you think your opponent's going to concede to you.
And that's kind of an interesting, like a difficult thing to figure out, because I could start placing a bunch of stuff down here, Kel, and you could be like, ooh, he's probably just planning to concede to me. I'm going to wager a bunch. And then I can go, no, I was like bluffing. And now I'm just going to go in with all the stuff I played this turn instead.
Yeah.
So there's an interesting kind of poker-like bluffing aspect to that, I think.
Yeah, and I think the way we do this, right, is that we just kind of put it underneath the card, and we take turns, right? Like I do one, you do one. It's kind of just back and forth like this.
I believe you're going to put it on top because your permanent record stuff, like the damage they take, is going to go underneath.
Okay, the way that I saw gameplay is some people put the damage on top, underneath, and they put the other stuff underneath on the bottom. Whatever.
Well, maybe in our video we did it opposite of everyone. I don't know. That's how we did it.
So I also think that if I remember right, you can only have one of each type under each character, right?
That's correct.
All right, so I'm gonna put this one. I think this is one of the special cards. This is one of Mina Harker's special cards, and it's Dracula's Telepathic Connection. It says target character must reveal any cards in hand playable by target character, may be played from reserve. So I'm gonna kind of put this one on Mina now. So I'm not using the card. I'm just kind of putting it on her to be played later.
I am going to place Mob Mentality on my Angry Mob, which allows it to do a level 4 combat attack and then an additional attack as well.
Okay. I will place. Let me think. Is there? I don't think there is, but there's not a limit to the number of special cards you can play on a turn, right? After we get to the combat phase. Okay. Yeah,
that's what I'm aware of.
This is one of those situations where I'm like, okay, which cards do I actually want to place, and which ones do I want to? Because like there is something to be said for kind of like saving cards too, because you draw 8 cards a turn, and so it's probably good to either use all your cards or to place them. I will. Are there any of these that I don't want to use this turn? No, I want to do that one. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna play all my cards, and I think they're all kind of. Insane. So we'll see what happens.
All right, I'm gonna play Aquaphobic on Wicked Witch of the West.
Okay.
And then since you're passed, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna give Zeus a Thunderbolt, which makes sense. It's a big old attack, a big old energy attack.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give Deja Thoris this 4 combat. And I'm gonna give Zeus again a 5 brute force, and then I'm gonna pass.
Okay. So now that you've passed, does it just go straight to the combat phase?
Yep. So now we're going to go to the battle. Oh, sorry. No, go to venture, and then we go to battle.
Oh yeah, venture. Yep. Venture's how much you wager. I'll just do. Yeah, you have to do 1, right?
You have to do at least 1. Yep.
And then the goal of this, the end goal of the battle, is to have more. I can't remember what it's called. Like I don't want to say victory points, but it's something like that, right? Like you want to.
It's a venture total. You have a venture total, and it's basically the sum of the amount of damage you successfully connected to your opponent, based on the power of the cards played.
Yep. So I'm gonna wager venture. I'm gonna venture 1. just
You're
the
just
first.
doing 1, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. Just 1?
Just 1.
You sounded okay. All right. Sure, I'll bite. I'll do 2.
Okay. All right, and then now it goes to the battle phase, right?
Now it goes to the battle.
So I can play my like effects, right, without having to do like. So I have like Oh no, it has the timing on it, right? The little cross swords as you when you do it during the battle phase. Okay,
Yeah,
I
it
think I
tells
remember.
you it tells you if it's attack with the swords or defense with the shield.
Okay, so what I'll do is I think we want to do this one first. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna play Distracting Intervention on Cthulhu. It says play this card in front of Cthulhu or a teammate for the remainder of the game. Target character may not be attacked until this card is attacked. This card may not be defended and is KO'd after one hit. May be played from reserve. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this onto Cthulhu. So he's kind of got this little shield on him now.
Okay. I'm going to have Zeus play a one combat against Cthulhu's distracting shield.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure, that happens. And so this just kind of gets popped. And if I remember right, there's multiple discard piles, right?
Yeah, there's no less than 3 of them, in fact.
Yes. The most important one, I think, is the one where you put all of the attacks that you just kind of played, because those get shuffled back into your deck, whereas the other things don't.
It's called the power pack, is where the power cards go.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have the dead pile next to it, which is where you're going to put stuff like the distracting intervention card, allies, universe cards, all that kind of stuff goes in the dead pile.
Okay.
And then you have the defeated character pile, which is where your characters and events go also.
Okay, cool. All right, so you did your attack. My thing blocked it. It goes back to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this card's kind of ridiculous. It's a 1 per deck card, and we're just gonna jam it out. So this is
thing's insane.
Yeah, here's the Call of Cthulhu. It has little symbols on the side, which are kind of like tells you when you can play them and stuff. There's a little hourglass, and the full hourglass means it lasts for the entire game. The little crossed swords means you play it during the combat phase. And I don't remember what the little like A looking thing does. I can.
That means that it's going to sit in the astral realm, which is the center of the board.
Yeah.
For the remainder of its time, depending on if the hourglass is half full or full. If the hourglass is half full, it's for this current turn. If it's a full hourglass, then it stays out for the whole game.
Okay. Yeah. So this stays out for the whole game, and this one just kind of debuffs all of his guys. It says.
Yep.
Opponent's characters hits to KO are -5 for the remainder of the game, may be played from reserve. So essentially, I just kind of did 5 damage to all of your guys, essentially, right? It just gives you a permanent like -5 to your health.
That is what you did.
Yep. Okay, so I do that.
Okay.
You see a theme with the kind of cards that I have here in my hand.
Yeah, sure do. Boy,
looking at my hand,
I
also may have blundered already, so we'll get to that later.
Actually, in that case, I think I'm really tempted to concede. I'm really tempted to concede and force you to discard all of your cool cards.
Yeah.
Which seems valuable. The problem is I feel like I can just do damage and win also.
Well, see, yeah, that's the thing, right?
Yeah, that is indeed the thing.
Can you block with the universe cards, like the allies and that kind of stuff? Allies.
They can be played if they have the shield. They can be played defensively.
Okay,
but you have to not on their own though, because wait, maybe the allies can. I have to look at the cards again specifically.
Well, I'll just cut the chase since this is kind of a learning game. The ally that I have in my hand does not have a shield anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Then yep. Then you can't.
So for the other ones, you have to block with something else. Kind of the same way that you attack with it.
Yeah, like for example, this one here, this hide serum, is it just gives +2 to attack or defense, so you can't play it on its own. You have to play it with something.
Okay, yeah.
In order to get the effect. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
I guess I'll fight you. Let
Okay.
me, even though a strategic concession sounds kind of cool.
Oh, what
Let me,
we haven't talked about that yet. So at any time during the combat, well, not any time, but anytime it's your turn to do something, you can concede, and that basically just ends it. So you don't take any more damage or anything, but your opponent will automatically succeed on their missions. Yeah.
exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and have Zeus attack Headless Horseman. So he is the +2 action from the event this turn, so it's going to be a total of 7 brute force
Mm-hmm.
coming at your horseman.
Okay. You said it's a 7.
Yes, I did.
What color is it?
It's green, but you can of course block with anything as long as it's a 7.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the damage here. I'm just gonna try to find the card to put under.
Yes.
To
Yep,
put under my
5
card.
green. 5 green is the card.
It's the 5 green. Yep. All right. There
Yep,
you go.
it's the +2 from the event.
All right. It
Nice.
stays up. If I remember right, it stays up until the end of the combat. Then it goes down.
Correct.
Okay. So I could also concede, but I have some other things I could do, and I think I might want to do them. Let me read this. Interesting. Okay. Now we're gonna get to something complicated. We'll see if this does anything. So I have another Cthulhu card. This is Network of Fanatics. So it's a special card, but it is also an attack. And it says, acts as a level 3 energy attack. Up to 2 frontline teammates may make an additional attack. So to do that, do I have to have cards that do the attack? Like, do I need to have like a power card?
Yes, you'll need to have either a placed or in your hand cards for them to attack with.
Okay. Other question. This is a 3. It does get the +2, right? So this will be coming in for 5, right? If I wanted to buff this, does it have to be the same type? Like, can I buff this with for example, like a brute force card? So I'll just show you what I have. So I have Trebuchet, right? And Trebuchet says I have to have 7 or higher brute force to use, and it gives +3. Oh, never mind. I've already answered my own question.
Okay, good.
I've answered my question. So this is just going to be doing a 5 attack at. Let me take a look at your dudes. Which one do I want to attack? I guess it doesn't matter all that much. Who's in your reserve? Is it your angry mob?
It is my mob. Yep.
I'll attack.
The middle-aged men.
Yeah. I'll attack your Deja Thoris.
Okay. And
So
you're
it's,
attacking.
with
that one. Yep.
Yeah, it's an energy one. It should be 5 total, right? Because it acts as a 3 energy, but I have the +2 from the Desperate Gamble.
Right. 5 on Thoris, huh? Okay, well, she's gonna take that.
Okay. Cool. So, cool. Then that happens. This card on my part, I assume just goes into the. I'll just set it aside because it goes underneath your character, right?
Yep. You just turn it to the side right now so you can count it for your venture points.
Cool. All right.
So that'll help indicate that, and then. Yeah, I'll have mine ready to attach here. Okay. I think I'm going to keep with the plan here. I'm going to have Zeus attack Headless Horseman with a 3 combat now.
A 3 combat on Headless Horseman. Yeah, I'm going to do no block. What color is that?
That's red.
3 red. Okay. You have your 3 red. All right, so I have another card that I'm going to play that I probably should have played last turn, but I think this one sounds pretty good. We'll see. It lets me go search for something that I don't know what it does. So this is the Relentless Hessian for the Headless Horseman. It says draw and reveal 1 card. You may keep duplicates. Headless Horseman may search his draw pile or dead pile for Mark of the Headless and play it immediately. So I will draw and reveal a card. Hey, look, I actually got an attack. It's an 8 attack. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Nice.
And then I get to search my draw pile for Mark of the Headless and play it immediately. Let's go find that. Here we go.
This card is good, in fact.
And so Mark of the Headless, since I'm playing it immediately, says target character is -2 to attack and defend against Headless Horseman for the remainder of the game. What? If Headless Horseman KOs target character, his team is +5 to venture total that battle. 1 per deck. That seems pretty good. This is a permanent thing. Sure.
That's sweet.
So who do I want to give minus? I've already been attacking Deja Thoris, so I think she's my target here. So yeah. Deja Thoris is now -2 to attack and defend against Headless Horseman for the remainder of the game.
Yeah. Sounds good. Let me grab my mark here. Okay, so this is going against Deja. This is just going to, we'll just attach this on her right now. She is marked. All right. Well, so I am definitely, I was using my experience here. This is why there's a reason I've been attacking your Headless Horseman. Because I knew that was a potential.
Yep.
I didn't want to deal with. So I'm just going to have Zeus use his Thunderbolt to finish the Horseman off. This is going to be an 11 energy because of the +2. Which
11.
I feel fairly safe about that hit, unless there's like one card I think you could have that would stop it, but we'll see.
All right, so I don't think I can. So in order to block with an 8, I would Headless Horseman would have to have 8, right?
Yes, he can't play. He can't play the 8 brute force, unfortunately.
And Desperate Gamble doesn't give him that. It's just pumping for the attack itself, right? Not the requirement. Because that's Desperate Gamble says the character get +2 to all actions this battle.
That would count for the defense as well.
Okay, so
but didn't you buff Cthulhu with that? Or am I mixing?
Oh,
yeah,
you're correct. You're correct.
Cthulhu.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah. I thought it was all my characters. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so I'm just not gonna block this, I guess. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take it.
Yep, and the character will get immediately KO'd as well.
Okay. Oh, I also forgot to mention there's 2 different ways to KO characters. What color is that attack, by the way, or is it not a color?
It is energy. It's yellow. So I was going for a spectrum KO.
Yeah. So there's 2 different ways to kill a character. You might have got me also not on spectrum, just cause.
Not quite, unfortunately, but
it's pretty close with the 11, right?
It's just a 9 when it attaches to you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So there's 2 ways to kill. You either deal 20 damage to a character, or hit them with 3 different color attacks. Basically. Yeah, so I do nothing, so it's gonna kill my Headless Horseman. All right, tell me what happens when my Horseman dies.
It goes to your defeated character pile.
Okay.
And you are allowed to cry a little bit.
Okay. Yep. And then, this thing, I guess, just does nothing for the remainder of the game. It's just kind of like chilling.
That's correct. It's going to take up space on the board, as far as I understand.
Okay.
So that's what it does.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't concede, because now I can actually hit you really hard because I drew that 8.
Sure can.
So with that said, I'm going to Cthulhu for 8 and then pump it with this Trebuchet. So this is Trebuchet has to have 7 or higher brute force to use. My Cthulhu has 8, and it'll give +3 to the attack. So this is actually 8, 9, 10. This is 13. And looking at your board, it's hard to tell what I hit you with. Let's see. Who did I hit with the Cthulhu attack the first time?
You hit Deja Thoris with that.
I hit Deja. I think I've only hit Deja Thoris, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
believe that's correct.
We'll just focus fire. I think that's probably smart. So we'll go Deja Thoris for 13.
Yep. And she's gonna take that. That sounds good.
All right. So how much has she taken total now? So she's taken. I think she's just dead.
She's taken 11 total. 3 and 8.
Oh, okay. So this doesn't pump the remainder damage. It just pumps the block.
Yep.
How much to block, right?
The only card that goes on her permanent record is the power card. As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Again, it's a game with a lot of wrinkles. That's how we were playing it in the video. And if that's wrong, we were playing very wrong.
Okay.
So we'll see.
My other question is, do you know if you can use 2 pumps on a single attack? I don't think it doesn't matter, but I'm just curious.
They can't. You can't have more than one of the same card placed. I think you might be able to use them, but again, you have to watch out for duplicates. They can't be duplicates.
Right. Yeah. So I technically could pump this maybe a second time with a card that's not a duplicate, because I have one that's also a brute force pump, but is not a 7.
Yeah,
it's a different one.
I believe that's the case.
Okay. All right. Well, that is my attack. So your Deja Thoris has taken 13, and she only has 15 because of the Call of Cthulhu. So she's only 2 away.
She's taken 11, right? 3 and 8.
Yeah, 11. What I was trying to say is she's 3 away from dying because of the Call of Cthulhu. Because she has -5 to her health. For the
4 away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 4. Math and stuff. Anyway, it's your turn.
Math part.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay. At this point, I think I am good just passing here.
Okay. And so you have dealt 8
Well, I
here.
guess, hang on. Sorry. I'm going to have to discard this anyway. So I'll just do this. My last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Zeus banishment card.
Okay.
Which says either target character may not attack for remainder of battle, or opponent must discard all placed ally cards and is -3 to venture total this battle. Zeus's choice. So the interesting thing about how this card reads is that I don't actually get to choose. I have to ask Zeus himself. Zeus, what would you like to do? Hang on. Okay. Yeah, Zeus told me he wants Cthulhu to be able to not attack for the remainder of the battle.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that happens. So it's my turn. So this is where I goozled myself. So at the end of the turn, right, we'd have to discard our hand, and then you drop.
Correct.
So I should have done this first. I didn't realize this. This card is an attack. It's an ally, but it says first on it, and I forgot that was a thing. So this means this has to be the first attack of the round, right?
Yes, I believe that is the case.
Yeah, because if it's the first attack of a character, then I still wouldn't be able to do it. Because Cthulhu's the only character who could do it. All right. So in that case, I think I have to pass as well. If I can... Okay. Well, let's see how this shakes out. I will pass as well.
Okay. Then we are both going to pass.
Yep.
And with that done, we're going to move on to determining who won the venture this turn. So we are going to sum up the cards that are ready to attach to our opponent's cards. Basically the damage that was dealt. So in this case, you dealt a total of 3 and 8 for 11.
Yep.
And I dealt 1, 5, 3, and 9. The 1 was against your distraction, but it still counts.
Okay.
So I have a total of 18.
Okay. Oh, I forgot the. I didn't put the other ones down here. Yeah, that's fine. So basically, I could have conceded, but that would have been the same thing as just passing anyway. So.
Right.
So okay, cool. So what happens to these cards? So these 2 that were going to be attached under the Headless Horseman, they just kind of go to your discard pile, right?
Yeah, those are going to just get discarded now since the Horseman died.
Yep.
So I'll send those 2 power cards to my power pack, and then the character card to the dead pile. This power card that was aimed at your distraction goes to the power pack.
Mm-hmm.
And then you dealt these 2 damages here to my Deja Thoris, so I'm going to attach those to her permanent record.
Okay, and then from my just in terms of physicality, since we're playing webcam, I'm just going to set mine off to the side, I guess, right?
Yep, that sounds fine.
And then the pump card, Just goes to the discard pile. The world card.
The dead pile. Yep.
Dead pile. Okay. And then these two just kind of sit around. And then since you killed one of my dudes, does that mean Mina Harker comes up now?
In the draw phase of the next turn, but
okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then so you completed your two things. I failed my mission, so my mission goes into like the failed zone.
Correct.
And then yours goes into like the not failed zone. And then this event card, where does the event card go? Just also in the dead pile, I assume?
The event card is going to go to the defeated characters pile.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that's where it goes, which is a separate pile from the dead pile.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I also want to mention a rule in the game as well, is that all the discard piles are private information. So once a card is in there, you can actually no longer freely look through the pile to determine anything.
Interesting. That is very 90s. That is very nice.
Yes, it is.
Okay, sure. Okay. So all of that happens, and then now do we discard the rest of our hand, or is that the...
Yes, now discard anything you have left.
Yep, so I just have another pump and this ally card. So I assume, yeah, these just go into here. And that's that, right? So then we just go to another turn. So you have 8, draw 8.
That is right. So
okay.
I will maintain the initiative since I won that combat.
Okay.
I actually do have an event card.
Ooh, do I have one? Do I have one? Nope, I don't.
Okay, so my event is going to be Challenge for Leadership. And Challenge for Leadership says the character on your team with the highest threat value, and that's the number in the lower left-hand corner, which is part of deck building, basically indicating the strength of that character card.
Yep.
So the character on your team with the highest threat value is -2 to defense for this battle. In the case of a tie, the opponent chooses the character on your team. So in this case, Cthulhu and Zeus are both going to be -2 defense this turn.
Okay, sure.
Okay, with that completed, now we are going to move on to discard phase. So we're going to look through our hands and determine if anything is a duplicate or needs to be discarded because it's unusable.
Okay, so my hand is fine. I have no duplicates. Or, actually, there's unusable too. Let me look. So, no, I'm still good.
Okay, I think I am good as well. I believe this is all playable stuff. Now, because I played that Thunderbolt, I need to keep that out here as well.
Oh, it doesn't have like a permanent effect or something?
It does, yeah. I discarded it, and I shouldn't have. It says, if successful, which it was, Zeus and Zeus's teammates may not defend Zeus with special cards for remainder of game.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have to discard anything, so we can move on to placement. And I will start. I'm going to start by placing Lightning Bolt on Wicked Witch of the West, which is just going to be a +3 to an energy attack.
Interesting. I'm just reading something. I think this is how it works. Interesting. I don't think there's any reason for me to place anything this turn, so yeah. Well,
okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. It's fine.
All right. I'm gonna give Zeus Zeus needs some training, I think, so I'm gonna train him. He has to have either 5 or less combat or 5 or less intelligence, and he has 5 or less of both.
Okay.
And then I think I'm also gonna place this on him, a Jealous God. So this will let me, I use it during the attack phase, and I choose a power grid, which is one of the 4 colors, basically, that target character has higher than Zeus.
Okay.
That makes target character then -2 to all attacks of that power grid for the remainder of the game. Discard it when Zeus is KO'd.
Okay.
All right, then. Yeah, I think I just want to remain flexible with some of these, so I will just pass at that point.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to go on to venturing.
Yep.
I start now, so I'm going to venture. I think I'm probably going to fight you here. I'll venture 2.
I will venture. This is one of those things. I'm gonna at least venture 2. I'm trying to debate whether I want to go 3 or not. We'll venture. Well, 3 gives you another card though, huh? I'll just do 2 as well.
3 would give me another card. I would be very excited if you did 3.
Yeah, nah. We'll just do 2.
Alrighty. Okay, then we'll move on to the battle phase.
So Mina, at some point, she came up here.
Right? Oh,
right?
yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. Move her up. Definitely. During the draw phase, she moved up. All right. How to start fighting you? Probably just start by using a jealous god on something. Yes. 6, 7. I think that makes sense. I'm going to have Zeus use a jealous god on Cthulhu, calling brute force.
Okay.
So we're going to attach this onto, I think it goes to his permanent record. Although may not target a character with a jealous god on their record. So I think it doesn't have the attached thing, but I think it probably goes there.
Is it just kind of like the permanent astral thing?
I guess no, it doesn't have the A. So I think it attaches onto your Cthulhu, and for the rest of the game, you are -2 to all attacks of that power grid. So all brute force attacks.
Okay, so when it says -2, is that 2 to the requirement to play, or is it 2 to the actual like damage that it deals?
2 to the actual like the value of the card while attacking. So like if you can still use a brute force 8, but it's counted as a brute force 6.
Gotcha. Okay, understood.
But then when it attaches, I believe it's still an 8 then.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so it's my turn now.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a complicated play, but I have to because I will not goozle myself this time. All right, so we have an ally card. This is Guy of Gisborne. And this one is an ally. It's a 2 attack. I must have 7 or higher to use. But it has another effect, which I think all of the allies have. It says, teammate must play a special card. So I think this is kind of like a two kind of like pronged kind of deal, right? You do this attack, and then you have to do another one at the same time, or immediately afterwards.
Yes.
So it must have a 7 or higher to use. I can either do the Mummy or Cthulhu. We're gonna do the Cthulhu here. But it has -2 to attack, so it would literally be a 0.
True.
How does a 0 work? Does it still, if you don't block it at all, does it still count as like hitting you?
Yeah, it'll still attach as a 2, right? It's just for it's the power of the attack while it's being played, so it just makes it easier to block.
Okay, yeah, sure. So this will essentially be like a 1 more or less. So yeah, we'll do this and we'll attack. We've been going for Deja Thoris. Yeah, with how many colors do I have attached to her currently?
You have a yellow and a green.
This is going to be another green. We will attack. I have this card, right? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me take this back real quick. I don't think that's a legal play for me. Because you have to play the special card. And the special card the special card that I have cannot be played at that time.
Oh.
I can still play it, but I can't play it at the time. So I cannot, that is not a legal thing I can do. So instead we're just gonna, so you said I had a yellow and a green on that one?
Correct.
Okay, we'll just have, man, my combat is terrible for all of these. We'll have the Mummy attack Deja Thoris with this red. It's a 2.
Okay. I will have Deja Thoris defend with the 4 that she has placed.
Okay, cool. And then these both immediately just go into like the power pile or whatever.
The power pack.
Yep. Power pack. Okay, cool. All right, so that was my turn.
Okay. Let's have Zeus attempt to blast Cthulhu with an 8 energy.
Okay. I'm going to play the special card that I couldn't play before because this one's only on defense.
Okay.
This is the Mummy Ancient Wisdom. Teammate may avoid 1 attack with a power card. Draw a card, discard if duplicate. So I'm going to have Cthulhu avoid that attack, and then I will draw a card. And I will check if it's a duplicate. It is not a duplicate.
I got.
All right, cool. Let me read what this one does. So you know, that's a dead giveaway. If I have to read the card, you know it's not one of the power cards.
Right. Yep.
Interesting. Okay, I'll read that more later. It's a kind of a complicated one. Let's go ahead and then Zeus. I haven't hit Zeus at all, right? For any damage.
You have not.
Let's go 8 at Zeus, but it's really a 6.
Ooh. Pretty spicy. It's a 6. Yeah, okay. So I would need to do that. Doing math here. I'm taking this seriously. I'm trying to big brain game some overpower here. Dig into the actual strategy. I could. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm going to have Zeus defend with I'm -2 to defend also, right?
Oh yeah, because of that move. Yeah.
So I actually have to do it this way. So I'm gonna have Zeus defend using this 5 intelligence.
Okay.
Alongside this training, which gives him +4. So that's 9 -2 is 7, which defends.
Okay.
Against your 8 -2, which is 6.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. So then this basically just is more or less like fizzles and just goes into the power pack.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, all right, your move.
At this point, I am going to pass.
Oh, okay. All right, well, now the world is my oyster. You've how many cards do you have in your hand left?
2.
Okay, yeah. Okay. We'll have the Mummy 4 at Zeus.
4 at Zeus. -2 to defend. Yeah, Zeus is going to take 4.
Okay, yeah, this is a 4 energy.
Yep. Let me grab that.
All right.
And I am passed.
Yeah, I'm just going to jam out a bunch of these. I'm going to do 5 at Zeus from the Mummy as well.
Okay. Yep, I will take that.
Cool. I'm just going to try to kill Zeus, basically. Mummy is going to do 7 at Zeus. This is a special Pharaoh of the 4th Dynasty. Act as a level 7 energy attack. If successful, I remove a hit from the Mummy's hits to current battle or permanent record. Mummy hasn't been hit, so that's not going to affect anything, but it is still a 7 attack, which is not bad.
You were holding back all these big energies.
Yeah, I was.
Shoot.
I was waiting.
Okay.
I was waiting until you had a few cards in your hand so I could, come swinging.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay.
And that's because of the Call of Cthulhu. That's going to KO Zeus.
Yep. And so how many? So you still have a couple cards in your hand.
I do.
The other strategy that I wanted to do. Let me think here. Um. Huh. I'm I'm unsure of this how this card works. I'm gonna do the other card first. I'm gonna have. I guess it doesn't matter. The mummy's on a roll today. I'll have the mummy attack with this 1-drop intelligence at. I think Deja Thoris has only taken. She's taken green and yellow, right?
Yep, that would take her out.
Yeah, I will
However,
attempt to do this.
I'm not going to let you do that. I'll block with a 2 combat.
Okay. I was like hoping you had just some like specials or something in your hand I could get through.
No. I was holding back a little bit here to defend with. I want to try and keep Deja alive.
Yeah, and then I have one final card I can play, but I don't think it does anything. This is a card that I drew. Okay, we'll just see what this does first. So this is the Eternal Journey from the Mummy. It says the Mummy may offensively negate one opponent's special card. The Mummy may also discard a brute force to defensively negate one. So if I wanted to offensively negate one of your specials, how does that even work? Is it just kind of like a disenchant kind of thing? Where it just blows?
Yeah, that's basically correct.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. We weren't 100% sure how negation worked. We were using it to blow up placed cards. I don't know if that's correct, though. I think they might have to be like in effect or something, like played already.
That's what I would assume. I would assume cards that are like already on the field or in play, like the permanent ones, or the ones that last for the turn or last for the battle or for the entire game. Do you have any of those? I don't remember if you played one.
Right, so I have the Jealous God, which I don't anymore because he's KO'd, so actually that's gone.
Okay.
I have the Thunderbolt, which was actually a negative effect on me for Zeus, which you wouldn't want to negate. And then I have one I have a couple that I haven't played yet. The Aquaphobic from Wicked Witch and Angry Mob, which is just an attack for Angry Mob. So I haven't played those yet.
I don't think I would be able to hit those. I think it means...
I think that's right.
So let's just say, to clean up your board a little bit, since Zeus is already dead, we'll get rid of the Zeus one.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I have to discard this card anyway, so might as well run it out. So I do that, sure. And then my final card I can't play. It was that ally card, but it's a first, so I can only play it as the first attack anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be that. So I'm gonna pass now as well. And we go to calculation or discard first. I think we discard last, right?
Yeah, we discard at the end. So calculation, you win.
Yes,
easily. You have 18 to my 0.
Yep.
So these two objectives are going to get defeated for me.
Cool. And then all of these, they go to their respective zones because they KO'd Zeus, so they go into their respective piles. And then I succeed on my two missions. Scoot everything over so it's more in frame. And then we discard. I just have that ally card. And that's that. Okay. I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Oh, since my Headless Horseman is dead, does this thing stick around, or is it just... It's just there.
As far as we can tell, it sticks around because the cards that get discarded when they get KO'd say that. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I'll just kind of hide it under hide it under the other card.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now we go to the next round, and since I won the round, I have the initiative.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll draw 8, and my Angry Mob will wake up for the day. Middle-aged men. Yep, they're here.
So I kind of brought it back. Now we're a little bit more on even footing, even though I have this busted Call of Cthulhu card.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So now we check. Oh, I do have an event. So I have an event.
Okay. Great. What is your event? I don't have any.
Oh, this discard phase is gonna be interesting. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I've got some too. Unfortunately,
I've got more than a few. Okay.
Okay.
So this is. The cost of knowledge is sanity. It says, hits with an intelligence icon do not count to venture total this battle. Ugh. Weird. Right. Okay, that's for both sides then. All right. Sure, that's doing it. That's doing a thing. All right. So, unfortunately for me, out of my 8-card hand, one of them was this event, and I have 3 dupes.
Did you get to draw a card to replace?
Oh, this one. I drew to replace this one. Okay, I forgot about that. It's another dupe. Well, no, it's not. It's not a dupe. It's not a dupe. Okay, it's not a dupe.
Yay!
Okay, so for the dupes,
I have 2 dupes.
I have 3. So the way this works, we have to just discard them, right?
Yep.
Do we get a draw to replace, or you just discard them?
You sure don't.
All right, so I have a duplicate 7, I have a duplicate 1, and I also have a duplicate 6. Which 6 do I want to do?
I had 2 4s and 2 6s, so I'm discarding a 4 combat and a 6 brute force.
Yep, I got a 7 brute force, a 6 brute force, and then a 1 combat. So I discard 3, and these are all, they all go to your power pack. Okay.
Yep.
So now my hand is much smaller. Okay. So with that said, let's see. So I have the initiative. Oh, no, now we go to placement, right? Placement.
Yes.
Once again, I'm not sure. I mean, I probably should have placed these ally cards if I was thinking about it. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. And then we go to unusable cards, right?
Correct.
For unusable cards, do you also just discard them, or do you get to replace them?
For unusable cards, you also just discard them.
All right, Dan. All right, so my hand is currently 5 cards. All right.
Sick.
Here I have a Headless Horseman card, so that gets discarded.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
I have another Headless Horseman card, so that also gets discarded.
Very unfortunate.
But fortunately for me, lucky me, I have 3 cards that I can still play with this turn.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on. I'm gonna discard those cards, and then I'm gonna pass on placing a card.
Okay.
We're just gonna do that. Yeah.
I am going to. I believe I can have. Do you recall? Can I have a universe ally and a basic universe on the same card? I think so.
Oh, that's a good question. I think,
but I don't remember for sure.
That's a good question. Hold on, let me check. Oh no, I closed the rule book. I had the rules up on my computer. I was kind of like researching them. There is a rule where you can't have you can only have like 3, I think, attached, and they have to be like different things. But I don't remember what constitutes as like a different thing. So yeah. let me kind of pull this up real quick. Oh, here we go. Here's the book. All right, so scroll to the right spot. Post concession. Utility cards. Battle phase. Venture phase. All right, so you can have a power, a special, and a universe card.
Okay, just one. All right.
Yeah, those are the 3. Power, special, universe, and then there's a bunch of other complicated stuff with like home bases and stuff we're not going to talk about. So yes, power, special, and universe.
Okay. Then I'm going to start by placing a 6 energy on Deja Thoris. And then you passed placement, so I'm going to also...
Yeah, have at it, man.
Place a 4 brute force on Angry Mob. And a 5 intelligence on the witch. And then I will pass.
Cool. And now we do wager or venture. I will venture 1. I will venture 1 with my 3-card hand.
Do you know if I can venture from multiple piles? Like, can I venture both regular and completed?
Oh, that's a good question as well. I can look it up. All right, let's go to the venture phase. All right. Choose a number of mission objectives to wager. Blah, blah, blah. Players may venture from either their reserve objectives or completive. Player must venture at least one objective card every battle and may venture up to 2 with no penalty. Ventures more than one, draw a card. So it just says here, unless it goes into detail more, it just says may venture from either pile. So I don't think... I think you can probably do both.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I could see a very strict interpretation that means it's an exclusive either. An exclusive or, but I think that means I can choose both.
I assume, yeah, my assumption is that because it's not, there's no or, it's just like you can venture from either pile. Like it literally just says, each player chooses a number to wager, blah, 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 from either their reserve or completed. I don't know, yeah.
All right. I think let's just say I can do both because I think you're going to like this.
Yeah, just as players may venture cards from either reserve or... Yeah, sure. If we're wrong, please let us know.
I'm going to venture 3 from my objective pile and both of the 2 from my completed pile.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
So I'm venturing 5 total.
So I get to draw some cards.
Yes, which means you get to draw 3.
Oh, okay. Maybe we do have a turn here. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right. So for that, do I have to discard duplicates for that? That's a good question.
That is a great question. We never drew this many on a turn.
Leave it to me. Every time Robin and I play test card games, I get into the most minute things, and I'm very used to sending like emails to the developers. I'm like, okay, we came into this really weird corner case. Like,
yeah,
what do we actually do? All right, it just says, oh no, with no penalty. Oh no. If a player ventures one for each card, it just says I draw 1 for each. It doesn't mention anything about discarding duplicates on it. So I assume I get to keep them, just the way that we assumed that you get to do it from both piles.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
And then you get to start.
Okay, so... All right. How much damage... You guys basically have a clean slate except for Deja, right?
Correct.
All right, and she's actually taken a bunch of damage. I need to do 4 to kill her, right?
That's right.
Well, here's a 5 at her from the mummy.
Okay. She'll block that with her 6.
Okay.
I'm going to have Wicked Witch of the West use this ally card.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of things happening right now.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Okay. So she's going to use this. It's a 2 special innately. And I'm going to be targeting Cthulhu with this.
Okay.
I'm going to have the lightning bolt increase it by 3 to a 5.
Okay.
I also have to have a teammate play a special card. So I'm going to have Angry Mob play this 4 combat special card as an attack against Cthulhu.
Okay.
And then this acts as a level 4 combat attack, and I may make an additional attack. So I'm going to have Angry Mob play a 7 multi against Cthulhu. And if this is successful, target character may not play special cards the remainder of battle.
Okay. So do all these attacks happen at once, or is it like a stack kind of deal?
I believe you can defend them in some sequence. I'm not sure what the sequence is, but I think it's not going to be too relevant. Which
it probably doesn't matter. Okay, so let me know what are the numbers that are coming at me and how many of them. I think it's like 3 attacks.
There is a 5 energy a 4 combat, and a 7 multi.
Okay, and then for me defending, I just have to match my numbers to defend.
That is right.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna block here. So you have a 7, right? Is the highest?
Yes.
I will block with my 7 brute force card.
Sounds good.
And then the next highest is a 5? How what's the next highest?
There's a 5 energy.
Okay.
That lands as a 2.
5 that lands as a 2. And then what's the other one? So there's a 5, and then the smallest one is how big?
4.
Okay.
A 4.
That's an unfortunate number. Yeah, I need my Cthulhu. So I'll block the 5 with the 6 energy.
Okay.
And I'll block the 4 with a 5 energy.
All right. Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Fully blocked. I thought I could maybe get you with all those.
Yeah. The only fortunate thing is that I drew a whole bunch of those type of cards. So I'm like, well,
Yeah.
at least I can defend a little bit.
Well, here's my thought process for that. I was very afraid of you simply conceding this battle and you had initiative. And if you did that, then I lost that whole sequence anyway. So I was like, well, okay, I'm going to venture a whole bunch because it's kind of wild, but it also give you a chance to draw some cards and make you go, okay, I'm in this now. So you don't just concede. So I can actually try and pull it off and take out Cthulhu.
So that's my next big concession, because I really want to kill Deja Thoris, and she's really, really close. And so concession is pretty easy, but you wagered a lot. And so it's like, I'm not sure if I want to concede right off the bat. If I can kill Deja Thoris, then like conceding is pretty easy after that, because I still feel that I walk away with something.
Sure.
How many cards do you have left in your hand?
I have 1 card left in hand.
Ooh, well, I still might be able to kill her. I will attack Deja Thoris for 1 red with the mummy.
All right, she dies.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Oh, we did it. We did it.
Yep.
That's really funny. The funny thing is I might actually win the round then too.
Well, I have a couple of place things here. It depends.
That is true.
If you have that much left in your hand.
I have 1 card in hand.
Yeah, I it's somewhat unlikely that I think you win the round now, but let's see.
Yeah.
I'm going to have oh, actually, I could just do that. No, maybe no, I think I saved that. I'm gonna have Wicked Witch use 5 intelligence against Cthulhu.
Yeah, what color is that? That hits.
Blue. Yep.
Blue 5. I will mention, blue does not count as venture total.
Oh, I forgot about that from the event. No.
Yep. But I did.
Oh no.
I will take the 5. Yeah. Okay. And then I have 1 more card in hand. Yeah, might as well just kind of throw it out. I'm not going to be blocking with it, I don't think. I mean, I could also just concede, but I still want to make you work for it. So,
yeah.
All right. So you have your mob left and the Wicked Witch.
Yep.
Let's see.
The mob has a 4 brute force, and the Wicked Witch has a defensive card.
Yeah. 4 brute force. What's the defensive card do?
It says no attacks made with universe cards may be played against Wicked Witch for remainder of battle. I haven't used it yet.
Okay, I'll probably just attack the Wicked Witch then. We'll attack the Wicked Witch with. We'll be consistent. We'll attack with the mummy.
Oh,
this is just a 3.
A 3. We're gonna tie here. This is gross. Okay. Yep.
Yes. All right. So does that hit?
That hits.
All right. Sweet. Well, it's your go.
I have to do this to tie, I guess. 4 add Cthulhu with 4 brute force at Cthulhu.
Yeah, I mean, I have no cards in hand. I have no cards I can play from here, so I will take the 4. What's the color on that one?
Green.
4 green. All right. Yep. That does it. All right.
Wait a second.
It comes back to me, and I pass because I can't.
I I think I have a. Wait. No, I don't. That doesn't work. Okay, that's fine.
Whew.
Um,
Whew.
reveal it to opponent. Yeah, because there's no basic universe card I can get here. Oh, I can't look through my dead pile. I'm looking through it, but I can't even do that.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
supposed to remember what I
yeah.
have in my dead pile.
You mentioned
Okay.
that earlier.
Sure. Well, I'm going to discard it anyway. So I will have those silver shoes.
Shiny shoes.
I'm going to make Mina discard one placed card of Wicked Witch's Choice, which
Okay.
is going to be her.
Sure. This is
telepathy
card that
thing.
I haven't been using because I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I'm not versed well enough to even use this card. This is it lets me look at any. It looks. You have to reveal any cards playable by a target character. And I'm just like, bro, I don't even know what I would do with that information.
Right. And then if successful, I can search my dead pile. So now I legally may search my dead pile
Okay.
for any basic universe card, reveal it to opponent, and place it in hand.
Okay.
But there's no. I have a basic universe card. Yeah, I do have this. I have the lightning bolt, but I can't do anything with it
Okay.
because I don't have another attack to attack with.
Right. So you just get it to discard again.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right.
Seems fun.
Um.
Okay, so then you passed, and then I'll pass as well.
Okay. So then we do the next step is the calculation step. Well, we draw. What happens on a draw?
On a draw, we keep all of our victory points where they are. They push until the next one.
Okay, so they're still wagered.
All of our objectives. Yep.
Okay, cool. And so the victory points just go into their respective zones then, right? So these they attach to the dudes.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cthulhu will have these two, and then these two attached to your dudes.
Yep. I need to grab the
I think this one goes here now.
energy, and the 3 energy is attached to the Wicked Witch.
Cool. And then the event card goes away. All right. Cool.
Oh, that event card killed me. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it actually. When I played it, I was like, no shot this is doing anything, and then turned out to be
huge.
Turned out to be massive. All right, so okay, for initiative then, do I just keep it because I was the one before? Since it was a try.
With whoever had it. Yep. Okay. Exactly.
All right, here we go.
Draw 8.
Surely,
on,
my hand. Surely I don't have to discard a bunch this time. I have another event. Draw to replace.
I have no event.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to discard, which kind of sucks, but here's my event. Let's see what this is. This is Stars Align, Call of Cthulhu. Each player looks at the top 2 cards of their draw pile. For each card, you may choose to shuffle it into the deck, discard it into the dead pile, or keep it on top of the deck. It says you? Does that mean each player, or do I personally get a pick?
I believe the way we've been playing it is we get to choose ourselves.
Okay. So. Yeah, if it says for each card, you may choose, but it also says each player looks at, not reveals. I assume it's each player. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So you look at the top 2.
Yep.
I'm
sending one to dead pile and keeping one on top.
I will keep both on top. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then now we go to discard.
I have to discard a Deja Thoris card, as well as I have to discard this 1 intelligence.
Well, lucky me, I finally have a hand that's not 3 cards. I just have to discard 1. It's a level 3 attack. All right. Energy attack. Right. Yeah, let me look at my hand again. Yeah. Cool. Oh wait. Yes. We have succeeded. Okay. Cool. And then we go to unusable, which is the same deal. I don't have to do anything for the unusable. I think you already did your unusable discard, right?
I did, yes.
Okay, and then we go to placement.
You start.
Interesting. Hmm. I will place this mummy special attack.
Ooh.
The Relentless
Okay.
Pursuit.
Yeah. I am gonna pass placement.
Okay. I think I'm going to place a couple other ones. I'm going to place... Wow, some of these are real specific, man.
Yeah. True.
I'm like
Very true.
five or less to use on a +4 of that specific type. It's like... Then they have to play... I mean, I guess I could... That doesn't matter. I think I will also... Let me think. You passed. I probably want to wager at least a few. Okay. I'll pass as well. And so we'll go to the wagering. I wager first. How many cards do you have in your hand again? Like 5?
I have 6, I believe. Yes, 6 in hand.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, do I want to give you an extra card? I'll just wager 2. So I'll have 3 total.
I am incapable of wagering.
Cool. All right. Sounds good.
I've already wagered. I've already wagered too much.
Yeah.
A lot rides on this battle here, Kel.
Yeah, the thing is like I don't think I'm gonna win by wagering. I think I'm just gonna try to kill you, like kill your dudes, since you only have 2 left. So, with that said, let's kind of commence the pummeling. Both of your current dudes don't have any damage on them, right? Or do they? One of them has 2 hits, right?
One of them has a 3 energy, and that's all.
Okay. Oh, the one finished it. Okay, so that's not there. Okay, so there's a 3 energy. Okay, so the one
and
with
then my angry mob actually requires 20 to cumulative KO, just so you know, since you're going for that, because it's normally 25, but it's -5 from Call of Cthulhu.
Okay. Okay. And then which one has the damage on it? It's the other one, right? It's Wicked Witch.
That's the Wicked Witch. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start off with Cthulhu. Doing a good old smackdown. Do I have any ones that I have to play first? Double check that so I don't goozle myself. Yep, here we go. So this is a 7, but it's gonna get a +2. So this is coming in for 9. It's gonna get the pump from the hide serum. So it's Cthulhu jacked up on hide serum.
Love it. And that's coming in at
the Wicked Witch. Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna defend with Merlin's wand and an energy for a 9.
Okay, cool. Yep, that happens. Your go.
Wicked Witch is then going to attach Aquaphobic to herself. So no more attacks with universe cards may be made against her for this battle. So you can still use power cards, but not the blue cards. You can't use blue cards against Wicked Witch.
Okay. What? So that includes like pumps, right? So I can't like play a card and then pump it with the universe.
Yeah, I believe because no attacks made with universe cards, and I would assume that is making an attack.
Okay, I would assume so as well.
You're building an attack with a universe card and whatever else, right? I think so. That's my interpretation.
Okay, yeah.
90s TCG things.
Yep.
So that was my attack phase.
Okay. With that said, then let's pivot a little, and then we'll go. Let's see. I think we just want to jam this one out as well. Then, so we'll go Cthulhu again for 4 + 4. So this is going to be a 9 at your mob because I can't do this against your Wicked Witch.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I'll have that. I'll have no wait, you can't use that.
How
You
come?
can't. Cthulhu is too energetic and too smart to be trained. It says or less to use, not or more.
Oh, I thought it meant on the. I thought it meant on the attack, not on the
No,
character.
the
Oh,
character
okay.
has to meet that stat requirement.
Oh, okay. Let me. Okay, let me rethink that then.
Yeah, no problem.
Um. Okay, we'll do it this way then. So, it'll be 7 instead then. So 5 or less intelligence. Mummy has 5 or less intelligence, and this is counts as a level 3 intelligence attack. So this will be 7 then intelligence.
So 7 intelligence at Cthulhu.
This is from the
sorry,
mummy.
at Angry Mob.
At Angry Mob, yeah.
Well, yeah, he can't defend that, it looks like. So he's gonna take that.
Okay, so I'll end up taking just the 3, I guess, is what it'll end up being.
Yep.
Okay, well that's my attack.
Okay. I'm going to let's just do a little poke here. I'm gonna have Angry Mob use their 1 intelligence to attack Mina Harker with a 1 intelligence.
Sure, yeah. Okay, let me think.
Thoughts?
All right, so cards in hand.
3.
And Wicked Witch has taken yellow damage. So if I want a spectrum, I have to deal not yellow damage. But I can also just kill her with just straight damage too. But man, this feels like it's just a giveaway. For the Angry Mob, can I still kill it with spectrum damage, or is it only killable by that? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. I'm not gonna block, so I'll take.
We did it.
It's a 1 intelligence, you said.
Yes.
All right, cool. Got a one int there. All right, for my move, we're gonna go 3 energy from the mummy at your mob.
How many cards do you have left in hand?
I have 2.
Okay. 3 energy at the mob. Yeah. Okay. I'll take the 3 energy.
Okay, cool.
Oh, what do I do here? Two left. Okay, let's just try this. I'm gonna go 3 combat at Cthulhu. 3 red. From the mob to Cthulhu with love.
Well, I don't want Cthulhu to get the Spectrum KO, so I will block with a 4.
Fair enough.
Cool. So yeah, so I'll block that.
Yep.
I have 1 more card in hand. You have 1 or 2? 2. Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I will try. I will attempt to get a Spectrum KO on your mob. So I will do 2 combat on the mob from the mummy.
I got so lucky. I was debating this so much, figuring out how to do this. Yeah, okay. 2 intelligence. Well, luck or skill? I'll block that with the 2 in.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Yep, that happens. It's your go.
All right. Then I cannot, unfortunately, kill Cthulhu still, though. That's what I was kind of giving up there. I decided to push for the Spectrum kill there to like get you to try and defensively use up a more important card.
Yeah.
Knowing that I would give up Cthulhu, but I could win my victory points, which I like. I was like, I think my victory points right now, my objectives are like what's really on the line. So I
Yeah.
better actually try to play to that. So I'm gonna have Wicked Witch attack with a 7 energy that I've been holding back at Mina Harker.
Yeah, I got nothing here, so
All
yeah,
right.
I will take the 7. Cool. Yeah, so I take 7. And I got nothing else, so I have to pass.
Okay. Well, then I will pass as well, and we'll go to the calculation. I believe I got 8 tier 6 here.
Yep, that is correct because the pump doesn't count, right?
Yes, as far as I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
And so these two will go. They go underneath your. Wait, did you win? Did you get enough of your things into the completed?
I did not win the game yet, I believe. I'm gonna go over that with you here. Let's try and figure that out here.
Okay, so these two, I'll just clean up my board here. So these two are gonna go underneath your mob, and then these two go underneath Mina Harker. Okay.
So I need a mummy attack and the picture of Medusa.
Yep.
Oh, where's the mummy attack?
It's yeah, relentless pursuit. He's literally just like, I don't know where the mummy's coming from, but he's chasing down that car and pouncing on it like a leopard or something. Maybe from like the Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser.
Here it is. Yeah, that's dope. I love that. Okay, cool. Yep. So those will attach to angry mobs. So we're a little spooky, scary here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get discarded here too. But okay, so now we go to the venture, the combat rewards, right?
Right. And so
let's figure this out. I had ventured 3 from my normal pile and 2 from my completed.
Okay.
So all 5 of these are going to completed.
Yep.
And then since I had 2 from completed, I believe that means is that 1 goes to completed and 1 goes back to my normal mission pile? Or how does that work? I guess I'm not positive.
I can try to find.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the rule book I have here too and just get the answer to that.
Let's see.
Hopefully get the answer. We'll see if it's in there.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
I think if we go to the end of battle phase, advance and demote their missions.
It's in the venture. If you're looking at the same PDF I am, it's in the venture phase where it tells you what to do with them.
Oh,
after succeeding, yeah.
Figured I would say what to. Okay. Yeah, you're right, because it just says next players advance and demote their missions. Once missions are moved, then check for a winner. I think that's okay.
It's an important part of learning TCGs from the 90s, consulting the rule book.
This is classic. I don't know how many times I had to reread the attrition part of the Star Wars CCG rulebook.
Oh, like
I can still picture it.
The Decipher one?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I played that as a kid, and whew, I can tell you, that was one that I'm pretty sure we never played correctly. It was like Star Wars CCG and L5R, the two that are like, I don't know if we played those right.
Kel, that'd be so fun to play in a video here too. But that sounds like really difficult to do in webcam.
We'll just have to do it in person sometime.
Yes, there we go. Okay. So yeah, during the venture phase.
Let's see.
Objective cards.
So it says objective cards ventured from the reserved objectives pile or advance up to completed pile. If you win the battle, they are demoted down. You already know that. Objective cards can only be ventured from the completed objectives pile to advance up out. So how many did you?
Oh, okay. I got it now. I think I see it. Yeah, I did 2 from completed. So it says that A player, if 2 or more objective cards are bet from completed, a player may choose to advance 1 objective card from the defeated objectives pile 2 piles up for every 2 objective cards ventured.
Mhm.
Or they may move multiple objective cards out of the defeated objective pile. So it's just one advancement per completed one. So what I get to do is then I just move 2 up, and then 2 up once is what I'll do,
Okay.
so that I can just do both of
So
those.
so you'll end up with 5 completed and 2 reserve, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And so all 3 of mine just go to the failure pile. So I have
Yes.
2 completed, and then some failures. Okay. All right. Now we go to the next round then. So we're gonna do a refresh, right? So I can only draw 6 cards from my deck. So does this happen now? Do I shuffle? I'm pretty sure you only shuffle your power pack, and that becomes your deck, right?
Yes, that's correct. And I was just realizing I think I discarded one of the cards that's attached to your Cthulhu, and I didn't want to shuffle that in accidentally. So I'm cheating right now and looking through my power pack
So
that I can.
Cthulhu should
pull
have
that
a green 4 and a blue 5 on him.
Yeah, where does my green 4 go?
And then Mina has a yellow 7 and a blue 1. And I think for your dudes, I should have one of them should have 2, a yellow and a blue, and then the other one should have just the yellow, I think.
Okay. Boy, some amount of these cards have moved to a place that is not correct. I regret to say. Yeah, which ones got erroneously moved out? It seems like a lot of them did. Potentially. At least these 2. I think maybe these are normal. Okay.
Okay.
No, this one. This one? Okay, I don't know what happened, but anyway,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
whatever. I'm just gonna put that one out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, so I wait. Why do I have so many cards in here? What did I do?
Is that your?
these are right.
Is that your, like your
This is
discard
my
pile?
deck. No, this is my deck. I just maybe I haven't dug quite as many as you or something. It just seems like a lot. I still have 3 left in my deck after doing this.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I had to reshuffle. So I reshuffled my power pack into my deck, and then drew the 8.
Yeah, we'll just roll with it. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. You won the last round, so you have initiative.
Yes.
And then we have events. I have no events in my hand.
I have no events either.
I might have been insanely lucky, and I don't have any dupes. Or unusable cards. So for the first time in a while, I gotta keep my hand.
I'll discard 3.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah, now we're at a really interesting part of the game where I just want to kill you. I just want to kill you dead, and but you have a lot of. You're pretty close on your wagering. All right, so now we go to wagers. I think. Oh no, we go to placements and then wagers.
Yeah, yes, placements first.
Okay. I think I know what I want to do.
Okay, I'm going to start with I'm going to place ray gun. I'm going to give the Wicked Witch of the West a ray gun.
Okay. Just packing. All right, I'm going to put this 7 attack power card on the mummy.
Okay. I'm going to give Angry Mob a 2 multi.
I'm going to put this 6 attack power card on Cthulhu.
I'm going to give the Wicked Witch an 8 energy.
I'm going to give Mina Harker her special, the Hunger.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll give Angry Mob a 3 combat.
I'm gonna give. Which one do I want to give? Mina Harker. She's got some stats. I think the blue is more valuable for killing. Well, the red one's pretty good too. I'll give Mina Harker this one red power card. So she has a power card and a special.
Cool. I will pass.
I'm gonna give Mina what is it called? Like a universe card. So now she has a power card, a universe card, and a special.
Yep.
She's loaded up. Okay.
Yep.
All right. For wagering, or I guess you go first.
I will wager 1.
I will wager everything I can. So I'm going to go 2 from my completed and then 1 from my standby.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You start us off.
I concede.
I figured you would.
Yeah, I know. Yep, you had my number, but it still is correct to do.
Yep, I was banking on you maybe trying to do 1 turn. So I did sandbag an 8 because I didn't want you to prepare all the way. So I should have done the 8 on Cthulhu instead of the 6, but I kind of wanted to surprise you with it. But other than that, this is kind of what I optimally wanted to do. Okay. And so for concessions, we just skip battle and I immediately succeed on these. And so let's see. This one immediately goes into succession, and then these 2 that I wagered for the succession, we just went over this the last turn, but is it for every 1 I can move 1 of these up essentially from the defeated?
Yeah, like 1 advancement to use however you want for each of those. So you can either do 1 both, or 1 all the way to completed, or 2 up.
We'll do 2 up. 1. Yeah, we'll do 2 up so I can wager 2 next turn. Yeah.
And I will just lose the 1 that I wagered.
Okay. And then I have to discard these to the power pile. Yep. Power pack.
Power pack.
All right. All right. Okay. And then
now I'm banking on you drawing a ton of duplicates this time.
Yeah, I mean I did shuffle them all back in, so we'll find out. Yeah, we'll draw up. Let's see, 4 and 4. I've already used all my events, I think, so I don't think we'll be seeing any of those anytime soon. Well, it's not great. I'll be honest, it's not great. It's not.
Yeah, let's go.
It could be better. It's not the worst, but it's pretty close. That's not that close. All right. So we go to discards. I have to discard this 2, and then I also have to discard a 6. So I have to discard only 2 cards. So it's not the worst, but it's not nothing. I'd rather have to keep them, but
I have to discard just 1.
Okay. Let's see. I set myself up pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna try to take you to town here. So
okay,
I'm gonna wager both of the ones that I have in the standard area, and then I don't want you to draw cards though.
I want you to let me draw cards.
I'm just gonna wager the 2 here. Yeah, I'm just
gonna.
I think
I was supposed to draw cards last time. Actually, I just realized because you wagered more than 2, right?
Yeah, I did.
Whoops, I didn't draw anything. Oh well. I guess an asterisk on this game.
Oh yeah, what did I wager last time anyway? I wagered. Did I wager 3? I think
you wagered 3 last time.
So you would have drawn 1 more card. Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever.
I mean, would it have changed you conceding or not?
No.
Okay.
Certainly not. Yeah. Certainly not.
Okay. So I wagered 2. Okay. How much do you wager?
You know what? We're either winning or we're not this turn. We're not letting this go any longer. So I'm going to wager 1 from my regular pile and 2 from completed. So you're going to get to even draw a card here.
Okay. I will draw a card.
But if I win this, I win the game.
I'm gonna just try to. I'll be honest. I'm just gonna try to kill your 2 guys.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured,
Yeah.
right? It's like even if I don't win this round, they're just gonna die anyway because you have hit me with enough attacks. So
Yeah, because like the way it works is like you have one that's 1 spectrum away from dying. I just need to hit it with a green or a red, and then you have one that's 2 spectrum away from dying. And I have I've set up quite a bit, so I have a good chance. We'll see. We'll see if you have the blocks for it, but yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna start throwing immediately, I think.
you want placement at all, or
No. This is the final turn. No placement.
let me see then. Hang on. Let me think. Let me think about this.
Also,
Let me think about this.
I can't placement. Because
Oh yeah, you're like
I'm like full up. Yeah.
you're pretty loaded up. Yeah, no, I won't place either. We got to
Oh.
stay flexible here.
Okay. So
Respond to everything.
let's start off. 8 from Cthulhu at your the one that has 2 on it. I think it's your mob. Does your mob have 2 on
Yeah,
it?
the mob has 2 on it.
Yeah. So this
it's
is
8 brute force.
8 brute force at mob. Yep.
8 brute force. Oh, did I screw up, Cal? I could have blocked this if I discarded the wrong card. I didn't think about it.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no, I couldn't use it actually. No, I couldn't.
Oh,
I
okay,
couldn't use
okay,
it.
okay.
I'm thinking hard to make sure there's not an out here, but I don't believe I have an out to an 8 brute force. So no, I'll take that, and my mob will die.
Okay. Cthulhu has slain the angry mob.
The angry mob of middle-aged men.
Yeah. Just a bunch of dudes in like their 40s and 50s have got like back pain or starting to get arthritis. Yeah. The strongest of foes for one of the elder gods.
I can relate.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh, you know what? This was a duplicate of a card I had in play. I forgot we had to discard cards that are dupes. So we had in play too. I had to discard 2 of these. I'm down even more.
I'm also down as well. I forgot about that as well. So I have to discard a 6 and a 7.
Okay.
Because I have them down here. Yep.
All right. So we both discarded 2 more.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Let's see. So you connected with an 8.
Yeah, I hit you with an 8. I still have 4 in hand, and then I have a bunch on my field.
Okay. Wicked Witch is going to throw a 5 energy at Cthulhu. So 5 yellow at Cthulhu.
Okay. I don't want Cthulhu to die, so I should probably block. I will block with a 5 yellow.
That makes sense.
Okay. My turn.
Oh, I did that. I could have done a better play. All right. Yeah, sounds good.
All right. I would like to basically guarantee a hit here. So, I'm gonna have Mina Harker go for the big guns, and I think this works the way. So, so I'm gonna do her 7 attack. That's gonna get +4 because it's a 5 or less, and she only has a 2 combat. But because it's a special card, she can play the 7 attack. It's a 7 attack. If successful, I remove a hit from Mina Harker's hits to battle or permanent record. So I can remove one of these from permanent. So this is going to be 11 combat.
Yep, that's going to hit.
Sweet. So you'll take 11. And so this does hit, and the effect will trigger, and I will remove this. Does it matter? It might matter. I'll just remove the 7 one from her to hits.
Okay. I'm going to attempt this. Let's see, so you've hit with 15 so far. Oh my god. I don't see how I can. No, it's actually impossible.
Yeah, the goal is to just spectrum kill your guy. Because that's a red, you already have a yellow, so I just have to hit you with a green or a blue.
I'm going to use Feared by All Witches, and I'm going to use the ray gun with it. So this is going to be a 6 energy that I'm going to send at Cthulhu. And if successful, the Wicked Witch may not attack or be attacked for the remainder of battle.
Ah, that sucks. That actually really sucks.
So my strategy here, which I wouldn't have succeeded anyway because you were able to put an 11 out, but I needed to send this 5 not at Cthulhu. I needed to send it at like Mina or something where you just went, oh, okay, it doesn't kill her and I won't block it. Because I thought if I land the 5 and then can use whatever I have on Wicked Witch to block with your next attack with this 8 or something, and then all I have to do is land this, and I can no longer be attacked. I'm 9 to the 8 that you had resolved.
Yeah.
And I was like, I actually could win the game if I could like land this correctly, which is like good. It's cool. I'm just pointing it out because like it's cool to, it's a cool little combo that I found that I could sneaky win the game. But yeah, anyway, it's a 6 energy. If you can't stop it,
can I block with the cards that I have in my reserve?
Yeah, unplaced. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I will block with the 6 that I have down here.
Oh, so this is what I should have done. I forgot that was on there. I should have done a Mina. No, I screwed up so many ways. Oh, I really screwed up here. Okay, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Mina wouldn't be able to use that.
No, she wouldn't. All right, okay.
I kept getting enticed by trying to kill Cthulhu. I'm like, I want to get Cthulhu out of here.
Yeah, he's very enticing. He's very enticing. Okay, well, let's see. I just have to hit you with what now? I just get green or a blue.
Yep.
We'll do. How many cards do you have in your hand?
3.
I could just throw some weenie attacks at you and make you do it. Yeah. I should just do the weenie attacks. Here, Mummy will attack you for 1 blue.
Okay, I'll block with a 2 red.
Okay, your go.
Pass.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I'm just gonna throw everything else at you. How much damage does he take in total? Just like in terms of damage. So he took 7 from this attack, and then he has just a 3 on him, right?
3, yeah.
Okay.
It's just a 5 to cumulative KO or a green or a blue to spectrum KO.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll just run out your resources. This is a spectrum KO. I mean, you're going to save it for the spectrum KO.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'll go 7.
I'll block with the 8.
Okay.
Pass.
4 to 4.
She's dead.
Okay.
I can't. I don't have enough combat to block with this.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I had a 4 and a 2 in my hand, plus this 1. So I had
very dead.
I had 7 more total.
All right, you got it.
All right,
you got it, Kel.
That was a doozy. That was a doozy.
Fight.
Yeah. Our first match was only like, almost 2 hours long. Almost 2 hours long. Yeah, I mean, this definitely feels like a game from the 90s, It has all these like moving parts. It feels simple because you have cards that literally are a piece of artwork. There you go. With like a number on it. But it's deceptive, right? Like, I feel like maybe it's just because I've played these types of games for so long, but like compared to something like that's a unit-based game, like Magic the Gathering or something like that, it feels like I have to do a lot more math, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Thank you, Dan. That was Overpower.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
of
give a
course.
huge shout out to whoever is left here after that 2-hour match. And if you are interested in Overpower at all, I mean, I also think we mentioned this briefly at the start, but I think the artwork in this game is excellent. And I mean, like I said, a lot of the cards you play with are just kind of like full art cards with like numbers on them. And like it has like this kind of like really cool classic. There we go. I'll tilt it the right way so you can see it. It has like this classic like comic book art style with like the heavy lines, but they also draw from other things too. If you like these really like old school, like I don't know, this looks like a Julie Bell or a Boris Vallejo kind of painting. So yeah, they do have their Kickstarter still up. I have links in the description down below, and yeah, I mean that's Overpower. Please let us know if you are familiar with this game, if you played it in your youth. Let us know if we played anything wrong. I'm sure we did.
We did.
I'm sure we did.
We definitely did.
I'm sure we did.
No doubt about that.
And yeah, any other things to say, Dan?
No, I just want to shout out to Lazarus Rising Games who were sending this our way and giving us the chance to show this to you all. It's a blast from the past, even though I never actually played it back then. But
Right.
just like being in this headspace of 90s TCGs is kind of cool. So had a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. I always love checking these kind of things out. So, yeah, give a big shout out to Lazarus Rising Studios. They're the folks who are behind the Overpower reboot. And as mentioned before, if you're interested in it at all, go check it out. I still think they have at least like 14 days or whatever, 13, at least 10 days left on the Kickstarter.
Some amount of days.
And I think it's one of those games where like if you do enjoy it, maybe pick up like some of the starter pledge stuff and see if you like it for yourself. I think they also have like a print and play and some other stuff as well. So definitely go onto the Kickstarter and check it out. But other than that, I think it's going to do it for Mr. Dan and I. Go ahead and check out Dan's YouTube channel over at Main Deck if you are not subscribed already. The YouTube algorithm shows me that a lot of folks watching my channel already watch his channel, so I already know there's some crossover, but in case you haven't, go check it out. He's also into a lot of different trading card games. I think your main games that you typically cover are what? Grand Archive, Star Wars, and Altered.
Altered, yeah. Those are the three that we focus on the most right now.
Yeah, and out of the three, I have featured 2 of them already on this channel. One of them quite extensively, and I did very much like Altered, and I'll probably do more Altered. And if you want to see me play Star Wars, well, I'm gonna be playing it with Dan shortly, within a couple weeks probably. So
stay tuned
for that. It'll be one of the videos in a new series, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be gameplay, and you can watch Dan stomp me with starter decks on Star Wars.
Yeah, I'll teach you the strategies, Cal. That's all right. You'll get used to it. I
will say, I have never played the game. I know the rules, but I have played the Elder Scrolls digital card game, and if anyone has played that, it's actually kind of similar. So I have a little bit of lane based strategy kind of baked in a little bit. So
yeah, for sure.
But anyway, yeah, check out Overpower if it's interesting to you, and thanks for watching, everyone. If you're still here, Dan, what should the folks say? If someone has watched this far, which I don't know, no one, the no one listening to this, but if someone has watched this far, what should they comment? then everyone will know that they're a real one.
They should comment mummy with a trebuchet.
Okay. Let's
because
do it.
that is something I did every single game when we played this yesterday. All 4 of the games that we played, I put the trebuchet on the mummy because I thought it was funny every time. Okay.
All right. Mummy with the trebuchet. Comment below. Everyone will know you're a real one. Thanks to all the people who are watching in stream. I hope you have a fantastic evening. And yeah, thanks. And thanks again, Pinakes. Everyone who comments. Pinakes commented, interesting mechanics. The last art is looking awesome. Yeah. Appreciate you
for hanging out, everyone.
Appreciate it a lot. All right, bye. Everyone.